What's up, everyone? Dylan here, and today I'm going to be giving you 10 free tips to help you get in the best shape of your life. So, like, comment, share, subscribe below, and let's get into this video. So, why am I making this video? One of the reasons is I believe that we live in a time where we're so focused on external things, external validation, getting more money, getting that car, getting that house, getting that outfit, whatever, getting that chain, whatever it is, that we forget to validate ourselves internally. We forget to value ourselves at a fundamental level. And I believe health and fitness is one of the easiest ways. There's no barrier to entry for this, for you to start valuing yourself in that way. It's one of the easiest ways to show up and improve every area of your life when you prioritize health and fitness. I believe that everything, just about everything in your life will improve when you start prioritizing your own health and fitness and trying to become the best version of yourself versus the worst, or versus a complacent version, or versus an average version of yourself. Okay. When you set this process in motion, right, I think everything will improve for the better. And now I'm not saying you have to be some fitness freak or anything like that. I'm not saying if that's what you want to do, go for it. That's what you need to do. Hey, go for it. But I'm saying is going from not prioritizing this stuff to prioritizing this will make a dramatic difference in everything. In your business, people will respect you more. You'll be more attractive. You will have more confidence in yourself. Right? You will have more belief in yourself. You will probably find that are putting yourself in situations that are more challenging, or more interesting to you when you start doing these things. You'll meet new people, right, that have shared visions and shared values, that are doing things. You'll feel like you're moving forward in a positive direction versus feeling stagnant and stable. I truly believe this, and I wish this for every single one of you watching this, right? I want everyone to be healthy and fit because I just think it makes everything better. And it's not easy. We're all on our different journeys, but it's something that anyone can start and anyone can do, and everyone has control over it. That's why I believe in it so strongly, because it's the one thing in this chaotic world that you have the power to influence, to change, to make yourself better with. No matter what, no matter who you are, where you are, whatever your circumstance is, prioritizing your health and fitness is something you can do. So here are 10 free tips online on how to do that. Let's start. So number one is start today. Stop making excuses. Instead of saying, I will do this one day, make this day one. And so one of the things that you can do right now, if you're listening to this, and you're in a safe place, is put your headphones in, grab your phone, and to go on a walk. Okay? Make sure it's safe and all that kind of stuff, but just go on a walk. Start walking right now, actually, right? While you're listening to this. That is starting today. You're making a commitment right now to do something that prioritizes your health and fitness. And the majority of people don't go on walks, don't do very much exercise. So many people go through life and they just let their daily actions in life be their exercise. They don't actually make a plan and go the extra step. And just doing a little bit extra make a huge difference. You can go look it up. There's tons of amazing studies out there on the benefits of walking, right? You burn a ton of calories, right? It's just good for so many areas of your life. It's good for thinking. It's good for your skin to get that sun. It can get that sun in your eyes. It's good for connections. I love when I've gone on dates and stuff, I love going on a walk with the person. You get to learn about them. And I have a dog. When I walk my dog, she likes it too. You get to explore someplace new. If it's a beautiful day, you get to go walk in nature. It's very healing. There's so many benefits of doing that. That was number one, start today. And I skipped to number two, which is what to do if you don't know what to do. Just go for a walk. Literally go for a walk. And I think one thing to aim for is 10,000 steps a day, because that's just enough where you have to commit to that. You have to actually go out and commit to hitting those steps a day. So that's a really easy metric to do just to get started. And moving your body will have so many benefits, and it's low impact, right? Just about anyone can do this, and you can go whatever pace you want. Just get out and start walking. Okay. Number three. But what about muscles? Okay. You might be like, okay, walking is great, but how do I build my muscles? How do I get a six pack? How do I get ripped? How do I be able to bench press? We'll get there. Okay. The simplest thing you can do is just add push-ups, air squats, pull-ups, sit-ups, right? Those things, those body weight exercises that you can do just without any equipment. Pull-ups, you might need to find a pull-up bar or a branch or a playground or something like that if you're on a walk. Find those and add those into it, right? Before the walk, during the walk, after the walk. And when you do this, aim for 50 to 100 push-ups a day or 50 to 100 pull-ups or whatnot. Now, you might have to build your way up to this if you're not in shape for that yet. That's fine. Just do sets that you can do. If you can't do a push-up, just try to do one, okay? Or one thing you can do is do an eccentric push-up if you can't do that, where you basically have yourself pushed up and you lower yourself to the ground slowly, right? And then, get back up, lower yourself to the ground slowly. That's a way you can do these push-ups without having to push yourself up if you're not quite there yet. But find a way, make an excuse to do the thing. Okay. So that's number 3. That's how to start building your muscles with simple body weight exercises, not hard. Okay. Anyone can do that and set an amount and do sets that you can handle to hit that amount. I recommend, hey, if you can get 50 push-ups in a day, that's amazing. If you got to start with 20, just start with 20. Break it up into manageable sets, hit that for that day, right? You're on your way to doing that, and you'll be able to increase that amount over time, which leads us to number 4. If you're not used to being active, you're probably going to be sore, okay? Especially if you haven't done 50 push-ups and you do 50 push-ups, like you're going to be sore. You're using muscles that you haven't used before in a while. That is normal. That is perfectly fine, okay? You're just getting started. So just do some stretching, light stretching. Like do your arm like this, or like some of those hamstring stretches, just light stretches. You can look that up online, do some at night, do some in the morning. Understand that you will be sore, but that is okay. You haven't broken your body by doing a few push-ups, okay? If you push yourself to an extreme and you go out and you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm really enthusiastic. You do like 200 push-ups in a day. It's fantastic. You might be struggling the next day, okay? So you might need to switch it up and do air squats the next day instead of push-ups if you're too sore. But find something to do, okay? But if you do this and then tomorrow you're sore, that's day 2. You need to keep going. You need to be consistent. The soreness will fade over time. Your body will get used to it, especially with these light body weight exercises. You're not going to be putting too much strain on your body. Of course, I'm not a health professional, or I'm not a doctor. This isn't medical advice. It's just general education there. So you will be sore when you start out. That's okay. That's a good thing. Okay. Embrace it and don't let that stop you. Okay. Don't let that stop you. Don't let that start letting you make excuses for not doing it, which brings us to number 5. Okay. We got the walking in, we got the muscles in. Now it is optimizing your nutrition. Okay. The first step in this, before we go all gung ho, planning out everything, I'll get to that in a little bit, is what I want you to do. And you can do this on your walk. You can make notes in your phone, or you can do this when you get back from your walk. Is I want you to make a list of all the things you eat and drink on a weekly basis. Okay. Everything. Now, I want you to cut out anything that is excessively processed, loaded with sugar. If it involves drugs or alcohol, anything that isn't good for you. If you're asking yourself, is Diet Coke, like you have to ask yourself, hey, is this good for me? It probably isn't, right? Or you should probably set it aside until you figure out if it isn't, where it fits in your diet. So like sodas, candies, alcohol is one of the easiest, simplest things that you can give up that will immediately change your life for the better. Now, I'm not saying you have to give it up for forever, but take a break from it. Focus on yourself. Prioritize your health and fitness. You don't need that in your life. And if you're trying to argue with yourself, argue with me right now, that probably shows that you really need to give that up. If there's anything on that list that you're like, oh, you're trying to make excuses to keep that in your life, that probably is a sign that you might have a slight addiction or dependence on that you don't doesn't necessarily benefit you. And that thing might have a higher likelihood of controlling you versus you controlling it. So make this list and cross out anything that looks to be processed, loaded with sugars or anything like that. Really simple, not a big deal. And what you're going to do next is you're going to download an app like MyFitnessPal or Lose It, one of those calorie tracking apps, so you can actually see what's in your food, see the nutrients, and track your calories. And one more thing here, give up fast food. So the key things, the easy, quick wins, give up alcohol, give up fast food, give up sugary things, give up desserts. Just give up those things for right now while you're prioritizing, while you're getting started. So that brings us to number 6. You're like, okay, cool, but what to eat, right? You made this list and now you don't really know what to eat. Here's something that's really simple, okay? This is something that I do. I eat this meal all the time. Again, I'm not a nutritionist, but this is a simple meal that you can do that's pretty healthy, that has enough nutrients that will keep you full and is really easy to make. And so what I do is I have an air fryer. So if you don't have an air fryer, you can buy an air fryer. You can probably get them for $50 to $100, and it's a worthwhile investment to do that. If you don't have the money, that's okay. There's other ways you can cook this on a stovetop or whatnot. But I love an air fryer and a rice cooker, right? Those two things, you can probably spend $100, get an air fryer and a rice cooker, and they'll more than pay for themselves in the time and easiness of making this meal and allowing you to eat healthy. So I do that. Buy some frozen chicken thighs or chicken breasts, some eggs. And of course, the higher quality food you can buy, the better off you'll be. But when you're just getting started, just buy the things. Just buy these things. So they're going to be better than other things. They're going to be better than a McDonald's cheeseburger. Okay. So just buy like a bulk bag. I go to Costco, buy a bulk bag of frozen chicken breasts or frozen chicken thighs. All you're going to do is put some rice in the rice cooker, put a chicken breast or a couple chicken thighs in the air fryer, turn it on, boom. In 20, 30 minutes, you have rice and chicken. Okay. You can add in eggs or some frozen veggies. You can steam those. Now you have rice, chicken, eggs, and veggies. It's a pretty good nutrient-dense meal that covers most of your bases, that doesn't have too much fat, that has a good amount of protein, that has enough carbs, All right, it's pretty well balanced, and you can kind of season that to taste. Don't go overboard with the sauces or anything like that, but salt, pepper, that kind of stuff, some garlic, you'll be just fine. That's a meal that you can literally go out and start consuming while you're figuring out what other things you want to eat and how you want to incorporate these things in your life. I'll talk more about optimizing that nutrition here in one of these later steps. And when you're doing this, it takes very little time to prep this. You literally just toss it in the air fryer, toss it in the rice cooker, 5-10 minutes of prep time. And then you got to wait like 20-30 minutes. So that could be a good time to go out and get a walk, get some sunshine on your face, in your eyes. That's good for you. It could be a good time to journal. It could be a good time to do some push-ups. And you don't have to worry about the house burning down because it's an air fryer and a rice cooker. Generally, those things are pretty safe, right? It's not like an oven that's going to be too hot or whatnot, especially like in the summer. Those things work pretty well, okay? Simple meal, chicken, rice, eggs, some veggies. Really simple meal to make, fairly cheap, right? When you know how to price this thing out, it's not going to break the bank. But again, if it's going to be helping you invest in your long-term health, which leads us to number 7. Okay, we got food, we got muscles so far, we got tracking calories, we got walking. And number 7 is what to drink. So here's the easy answer. You may not like it. Just drink water. There's so many other things out there, and they all have calories. You can get fancy and creative. Calories, sugars, sweeteners, all that kind of stuff. When you're starting out, just drink water. Cut all that stuff out of your life and strategically introduce it back in later on if you want to. But for now, just cut it out. You don't need these unnecessary calories. You don't need these unnecessary things, these unnecessary addictions, these unnecessary habits. Just try to stick to water. And one of the things you can do is try to aim to drink about 1 gallon of water a day. If you don't have a dedicated water bottle, go out to Costco, go out to the store, Sierra Trading Post, find it online for $5 to $10. You can get a really good stainless steel metal water bottle. And I like the 32-ounce ones because I know 4 of those, if I drink 4 of those, is a gallon. It's not too big to carry around. The metal, is a little bit more beneficial than plastics generally. So get one of those and just drink water. And if you can't stand water, you can also go out and buy some electrolyte packets. So if you are working up a sweat or you live in an area where you do sweat a lot, you lose a lot of electrolytes. So you can put an electrolyte packet in some of that water. But don't go overboard and drink all electrolytes because that's not going to be good for you. That's too much electrolytes. You just need some, and that can help out with that water. And if you really need to drink something different, go out and buy some of those like LaCroix or those sparkling waters with no sugar in there. That can give you enough of that texture that it can help you can get enough water, but also have something that's slightly different. Those things are good to pair with meals and stuff like that. But in general, you should primarily be drinking just water, right? Carry that water bottle around with you and just drink it each day. And initially, your body's probably going to be chronically dehydrated. Most of us walk around chronically dehydrated. So it's not going to be used to drinking that much water. And you don't have to force yourself to consume a ton of water. So you might find yourself going to the bathroom more. That's okay. Okay, that's okay. Your body's flushing out a lot of stuff. Just make sure you're drinking water and make sure you're not completely overdoing it. And it may be a little weird at first. It may seem tough at first, but just be conscious about this. Consciously choose to prioritize your consumption of water and staying hydrated. Right? That's very important. Okay, that's number 7, which brings us to number 8. At this point in time, if you've gone through these steps, right, you're walking, you're doing push-ups, you're doing sit-ups, you're doing the body weight stuff, right? You're tracking your calories. You've cut out all the bad foods. You know what meal you can start with. You need to drink water. If you just did those things and you just stuck with those for 30 days, you're going to have an amazing transformation. You're going to have amazing results. But you could do more. Those are like foundational stuff, right? Those are pretty simple, basic 101 things. So you can do a lot more. But one thing that's going to happen at this point in time is you're going to start getting cravings for your old life, okay? These cravings are going to be for the things that you used to have. And these things may start in a day. They may start in a week. Maybe it's a couple weeks. But I can almost guarantee that they will say, hey, maybe they won't start for you, but they will start. You will be like, okay, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of eating chicken and rice every day, Dylan. Hey, I want to mix it up. The last thing you want to do is go back to your old ways. It's actually a good thing that you're getting these cravings. What this is going to teach you and show you is that those things in your life, right, they have a hold on you that you might not have realized. That's why you're having cravings for them generally. Okay, sometimes you have cravings for like nutrients and stuff that you actually need, but a lot of times it's because you've conditioned your mind and body to want those things. The things that you've identified as holding you back, the things you identified as unhealthy, the things that you've identified that are prioritizing your lower self instead of your higher self. Okay, those are going to exist. So embrace those, expect those, and don't deviate from the path. Those are normal. You're not going to die because you have some cravings. As long as you're getting the appropriate nutrients and hydration, you're going to be all right. So embrace those and reflect on why you have those cravings. What I've found is that after about 30 days or so, plus or minus, you'll notice that those cravings, one of the things when you reflect on these, they're going to go down. Okay. You're going to have less of those cravings. So why are you going to have less of those cravings? Well, here's a couple reasons, right? Number one is you've starved your body of that addictive thing and it's starting to heal. Okay. If you're constantly used to eating candy and sugar every day and you stop doing that, your body has grown accustomed to eating candy and sugar a day. It's grown accustomed to those habits, those routines, to the feeling of doing that. So it's going to want those things, despite the fact that's not good for you, right? Generally, that's not like the best strategy for your health. So when you cut that out, your body's going to be missing those cravings, missing those things. So it's going to say, hey, I want these things because I like them and I miss them, even though it's really the addictive nature of those things, how they make you feel, those dopamine hits, that is actually what your body is craving. And it's associating that with that candy or sugar or whatnot. Well, when you remove that, at first your body is going to be like, oh my gosh, this is so uncomfortable. I don't like this. I want these things back. But after a while, your body is going to adapt and heal and be less drawn towards that thing because you haven't had it. And it's gonna focus more on the things that it actually needs. And so you're gonna get more real signals from your body versus manipulated signals. And these real signals will show up as, hey, you'll see that candy, but you won't have a huge urge to eat it. Right? Or that ice cream. You may still want the ice cream, but you don't feel like you have to. You don't be like, oh my God, I have to have this. Right? You'll have less of those cravings. They'll still be there. They probably will all be there. You'll probably have cravings of some form or another forever, but they won't be as strong. Okay. So they'll get less because your body's adapted and healed. 2, your willpower, after doing this for 30 days and resisting those strong cravings, your willpower will increase. Okay. Because you've been practicing. You've been practicing saying no to the ice cream, no to the alcohol, no to the fast food, no to the being lazy. You've practiced that. So that will also reduce your cravings because you'll be able to deal with that when it comes up. And 3 is that your value in yourself will have gone up because you will have a track record, 30 days or however long, of you prioritizing yourself, you saying yes to your higher self, you saying yes to your health and fitness, and not your lower self, not to these addictive substances, not to these things that will hold you back, not to the things that will make you into a person that you don't want to be. And that increases your value. So those 3 factors are some of the reasons why these cravings will go down, and you'll be able to deal with that. You'll be more capable, more trained, right? You'll have more confidence, and your body will be less influenced by the addictive nature of these things. Okay. And what will happen is this will start carrying over into all areas of your life. A pretty dramatic thing can happen within just 30 days of doing this stuff. Is it will transfer over all areas, your health, your relationships, your business, right? Those things will start to improve. Now, I'm not saying that they'll dramatically change overnight, but they'll start to improve, and you will start rubbing off on those areas of your life. And I think it'll be for the better. So, brings us to number 9, is now that you started, you're in motion. Okay, these initial things that you've done are just foundational things. What you need to do now is start optimizing. The first thing to optimize is your fitness strategy to accomplish your general goals. Okay. So we were walking, doing push-ups and all that kind of stuff, but there's more to that. You can train for whatever you want in your life, and it's whatever you want. Okay. So if you want to be a long distance runner, you'd optimize for that. If you want to be a weightlifter, you optimize for that, whatever it is. I think the easiest route here is to focus on lifting heavy. For the majority of people is lifting heavy. And if you don't know how to lift heavy, all you got to do, hire a personal trainer to have them show you how to do these lifts. Maybe go to a friend that lifts a lot, have them teach you how to lift correctly, make sure your form is all right, and then buy a program. You can have them, if it's a personal trainer, buy a custom program from them if you have the money. Or there's like so many fitness entrepreneurs out there that have their programs online for $50 or whatnot, $20. That will teach you how, and there's so much free information out there online. So get a specific program that you can follow. Monday do this, Wednesday do this, so on and so forth. That structure will help, especially when you're starting out. Get a specific program to follow it. And I recommend, generally, prioritize lifting heavy. Your big lifts like deadlifts, squats, bench press, that kind of stuff. Prioritize that because I think you'll get the most bang for your buck in terms of money, but time in as well. That's something that I've done, and it's because it helps you build muscle. It just does everything. I believe the world will be a better place if more people do squats. I think everything will be better if you start lifting heavy, but make sure you do it safely and that your form is correct and you move up appropriately. But that's going to be the best bang for your buck there. And just get on a routine when you're starting out that you can just follow. That program will help keep you consistent, will reduce the amount you have to think, which also reduces the amount of excuses you make because all you got to do is look on your program schedule and be like, it's Wednesday. This is what I got to do. Okay. And still, you can do the walking and all that kind of stuff with it. Do that. That'll help optimize your fitness. And you, of course, as you get more experience, you learn more, you can tailor that to your individual goals and lifestyle over time. Which brings us to the final one is optimizing your nutrition. Okay, so we've optimized your fitness. We got the foundation for everything. We've optimized your fitness. Now we want to optimize your nutrition. The simple thing here, okay, is to eat fewer calories than you burn, or eat an equal amount of calories to what you burn. You know, if you want to lose weight or maintain weight. That's the easiest thing. Calories in, calories out. Simplest, easiest thing that you can remember for this. Now, to optimize this, you need to start thinking about how many calories are you burning? How many calories are you taking in? That's where that fitness app that I mentioned before comes into play. Okay. You start thinking about what calories are you consuming? How do you want to consume them? There's a ton of free information online. There's a ton of stuff out there for you to look up. Or you can go hire a nutritionist, tell them your goals. They'll help you create this. They're trained to do that. They'll help you create and find one, that kind of identifies with, what your belief system is around food. Because I know people have different beliefs on what food is. Some people are vegan, some people are carnivore, whatever it is. Find one that is alignment with what your beliefs are as an individual, but have them give you a meal plan for the week. Have them break down, hey, what meals? They'll give you a grocery list. Here's what you buy at the grocery store. Here's how you can break that up into meals. Here's how you can turn that chicken and rice recipe into 4 different recipes so you don't get bored of the same thing. A nutritionist will help you do that. So you can hire them and get that planned out so you don't get bored with it, so you stay consistent. Again, you don't have to think about it. You just know, hey, this is my weekly grocery list. Here's what I eat in the week. Here's how many calories that is. Here's how much protein that is. Here's how many carbs are in that. And you start optimizing your diet for your lifestyle, okay? And this is an ongoing process. But when you do this, you've basically completed the foundation of all these steps. Let me go back and recap all these steps so you know what they are, and we'll conclude this video. So going back, the first thing you got to do is start today. Make excuses to do this now, okay? 2, go for a walk. Try to get 10,000 steps in a day. Go for a walk now. If you're not already walking, go for a walk, okay? Number 3, what about muscles? Do body weight push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, all that kind of stuff that you don't need a gym. Set an amount you want to hit for the day. Break it up into manageable sets and do that throughout the day, right? Number 4, you will be sore. That's okay. Do some light stretching before and after bed. And just understand the soreness is just an indication that you're using parts of your body that you haven't used before. Don't let that stop you. Number 5 is your basic nutrition. Make a list, cut out all the bad things, the processed sugars, alcohol, all that kind of stuff that you know is holding you back. Download one of those fitness apps so you can start tracking your calories. Number 6, eat really simple: chicken, rice, some veggies, right? Some eggs, seasoned to taste. Right? You can get an air fryer, you can get a rice cooker. One of the best investments that you can make for your health and fitness will be doing that. That's something you can start literally tomorrow. Today, if you have those ingredients in your house, that's what you can start eating, right? Then you've cut out all the things and you're starting eating on that path. Number 7, what to drink? Just water. Drink water. You can add some electrolytes. You can add maybe some sparkling water, but focus on drinking a water and a gallon, ideally a gallon of water a day. Number 8, what about cravings? Cravings are a good thing. They're showing that you're making changes in your life and your body is telling you that, okay? Expect after 30 days that your cravings will go down because 1, you've starved yourself of those addictive substances so they have less control over you. 2, you've increased your willpower. And 3, you've increased how you value yourself. You've changed your perception of yourself for the better. You're now a person who takes care of yourself. You're now a person who says no to that candy bar. You're now a person who prioritizes their health and fitness. You've changed your identity in some way, and that will reduce those cravings. Number 9, now that you get started, you need to optimize your fitness for whatever goal you want. I recommend heavy strength training. I recommend a personal trainer if you don't know what you're doing so you can learn the basics so you're not intimidated. So you go forward with that. And number 10 is you need to optimize your nutrition. Hire a nutritionist, a dietitian, someone like that to help create a meal plan and structured grocery list for you so you can ensure that you're eating the right amount of calories and you're eating the right amount of nutrients that your body needs. So those are the 10 steps for this. Now, I believe that if you follow these steps above, I can basically virtually guarantee they will improve your life for the better. You'll get more fit, you'll get more healthy, you'll have better relationships. Everything in your life will improve when you start adding this into your life. Think about it. You've listened to this so far. Have you put these things in your life? Yes or no? Are you doing these things consistently? Yes or no? If your answer is no, you haven't added these things, you're not doing them consistently, Your life will be so much better if you just start doing this. Even if you just started walking 10,000 steps a day, even if you just added drinking a gallon of water a day, you're going to improve. You're going to see results. It's going to happen. But keep in mind, there is no magic pill. This stuff does not just happen overnight. The real results come from consistent daily efforts over time. And it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to take too much of your time. It doesn't have to cause too much stress. You can get this done in as little as 30 minutes to an hour a day. Everyone has that time. You can make that time. Prioritize that time for yourself, for your body, for your fitness, for your higher self. And when you're listening to this video, right, you have already started this process. You've already started this journey and you don't realize it. One of the things that I realized when I did the 75 hard was I started the 75 hard when I first heard about it and I felt myself be interested and intrigued by it. The moment that happened, the challenge started for me. I didn't even notice. I failed that challenge every single day for a year because I didn't make the commitment to start. I kept saying one day. I didn't say today is the day. But once I did, I completed the challenge. And I realized that after the challenge is that I hadn't attempted the 75 hard challenge once. I attempted it hundreds of times before I succeeded, before I allowed myself to succeed. So by watching this video, you've started down this path. The only question is, when is this path, when are these steps, when are these things that I've talked about in this video going to become a part of your life? And once that happens, right, hopefully it's today. But if it's not today, maybe it's tomorrow. Maybe it's next week. Maybe it's next year. But when that happens, your life will improve. Your fitness will get better. I can virtually guarantee that. And you have to ask yourself, what are you going to do today? Are you going to take action to channel your higher self, to become the best version of yourself? Or are you going to make an excuse not to take action and move closer to becoming your lower self, a lesser version of yourself? You have to ask yourself, which is going to win? Which do you want to win? Do you want the best version of yourself to win out over time? Or do you want the average version of yourself to win? Or even the worse than average version of yourself? Which one do you want to be in tomorrow? 3 months, 6 months, a year, 10 years? Which one do you want to be? My advice, start today and never look back. That's it for this video. Hopefully you found it helpful. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.